What's up, world? Carl Shepard here, checking in for my 13th episode of the 2019 Sober October Challenge. I want to use this episode to pose a thought experiment. I've been thinking a lot about identity today. What what identity even is, how important it is, how it's tied to happiness, how it's tied to decision making and personal growth or the lack thereof, how it's tied to character, how important character is. These are the things I've been thinking about today. I've been in a great mood, by the way. Any of the turmoil I was feeling from yesterday is past. Thankfully, I woke up in a fantastic mood. I got a lot of good sleep. I think sleep is crucial. I think that that's definitely something that I need to double down on. Is just healthy sleep. So anyway, back to my thought experiment. This is specifically for people who live in a state where they believe that they are working towards a goal that will either make them happy finally or it will solidify their identity. Like they, are working hard for some sort of competitive aspiration. Maybe if they become the champion of their sport or the CEO of their company or, the partner at a law firm or the doctor, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But it's like you're let's just say that thought experiment you're working super hard for some sort of future thing that will hopefully give you that identity or that life or that facade, or make you happy. Well, what if you could somehow or another scrap that for a moment and realize that you're happy? Like, what if you just woke up one morning and you said, you know what, wow, well, I don't know what changed, but I'm happy with myself right now. I don't want to stay the same person. Like, I still want to grow and progress and, you know, continue developing a more robust personality or however you want to say it, but you just all of a sudden decide that you're happy. Like, you're fulfilled the way that you are. Like, no matter what, you're going to continue growing, but if you died right now, you could be comfortable with it. Like, there's, no regrets, and you're just at peace with who you are. Um, would you still make the same decisions? Would you still be going after that carrot at the end of that stick and rope? Like, if you could just wake up and look in the mirror and like what you see and be happy about it and just take a big deep breath in and be thankful and even take a step further and be grateful for the life that you have, and then maybe even take another step forward and say, man, I've got it so good that I need to be helping other people or giving back or shouting it from the rooftops that life is really a good thing and that there's happiness all around us and peace all around us if we could just see it. So the question is, would you still do the same stuff that you were doing before when you were seeking that thing that you somehow just magically came across? And if the answer is no, if the answer is, well, no, if I was happy right now, then I wouldn't be working towards those same goals. Then what would change? What would you do? Would you just, if you were just happy and it didn't take anything, would you just become a sloth and lay around on the couch just happy? Or would you be watching TV all day and eating junk food just happy about it? Or would you still be struggling and pushing yourself forward and working hard? And and what would you be working towards, and somebody then might say, well, no, the reason that I'm doing this is because, oh, then I can generate more money because the things I really want to do just cost a lot. I feel like those are superficial answers to the wrong question. I don't know. Maybe it's not a complete thought experiment yet. I don't know. It's difficult to articulate. I'm just trying to like hash it out. This is going to be really good to watch, um, for me to watch, so I can kind of maybe hopefully take it to the next level in my own head. Anyway, the reason I'm asking this question is because, or the reason I'm kind of thinking about this and how it relates to myself is, I think I'm there. I really do. Like I think I've been there for a long time. Happy with myself. I mean, secure in my identity. Like there's nothing else I need to do in life to finalize who I am or what I'm about or my character, my morals, my values. Um, I don't have it all figured out, and I know that if I were to be asked, personal opinion questions about current event topics, like, oh, what do you think about this, that, or the other, the answers that I would give, some of them would be misinformed and, wrong in some way or another, or at least, twisted in one way or another, because obviously I don't know everything about everything, but nobody does. But that doesn't mean I can't be happy where I am and secure in who I am and solid in my identity. It just means that I need to stay humble enough to know that I don't have everything figured out and I'm not right about everything. So when I give my opinion and then when somebody gives me a counter argument or feeds me some new information, then instead of being defensive and saying, "Oh no, I that challenges my worldview. I can't handle that," I would say, "Man, thank you. That got me. I can see where you're coming from. And I didn't have that before, and now I do, and that was amazing. Thank you so much." Um, I feel like that there's a connection there. Like I feel like that people need their opinions to be correct because it's tied to their identity. So if you're part of a single religion or part of a single political party or part of you love one sports team or whatever it is, and then you hear some kind of chatter that challenges your worldview in that way. Maybe somebody says, "Oh, your team's not the best team" or whatever. Then instead of trying to absorb that person's information and see if it changes your internal algorithm for your perception of life, it immediately just throws some kind of red flag, and then the walls come up, and you say, "Whoa, that doesn't jive with my worldview, so you must be an enemy." Um, and it all goes back to identity. People identify as what? As a, I don't know. I don't want to make any jumps there, but I'm wondering if being secure in one's own personal skin or identity or whatever has any correlation or causation or whatever to how they are able to receive their ability to receive new information, conflicting information, different points of view, or agree to disagree, or have friends who don't have the same opinions. Um, if you're a person that can only interact with people that have your same viewpoints, you need to think about that real hard. If you get really uncomfortable when you hear something that you don't agree with, if it you know trigger's not the right word because it can trigger you, that's great. But if by being triggered you have an urge to lash out, or if you immediately pose that person as an enemy or call that person an idiot or say, oh well, this person must just they're so wrong, I don't even know, like I can't anything like that at all. I mean, you're the problem. That's a problem in general. And it's low level stuff. I mean, it's really, really, really low level stuff. I mean, you're not even scratching the surface of um, personal growth. You know, you've never felt the. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. See, that's why I can't say that about other people. I shouldn't even. But what I can say is that when I was like that, I hadn't felt the connection that I do now to reality. My consciousness was fleeting. It was fleeting. Whereas now I'm you know I'm here to stay. Like I'm in this universe. I am solid. I don't know, identity. It's a really interesting thing here. I don't, this is just my very first attempts at kind of talking through all this stuff out loud. So this is fun. This is kind of part of that personal growth. This is like weird, some kind of weird like individual therapy type of thing. Um, to keep on with the check-in stuff, now that I see that I've rambled on for quite some good time, the fitness portion, like I said before, I believe I mentioned that we went to the CrossFit gym this morning, and it was actually, I did some of my own stuff, and then my wife did the CrossFit Open Workout 20.1. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. For anybody that doesn't know, you're asked to do 10 rounds of 8 barbell ground to overheads, and then 10 bar facing burpees back and forth. So it's each round is 18 reps of two different movements, 8 and then 10, and for 10 rounds. So it's 180 total reps, with 100 of the burpees and 80 of the. Basically, it's a snatch unless your snatch form isn't all that fantastic, and then it's like a clean and press or a clean and jerk. But you've got 15 minutes to finish it. A lot of people are not finishing this workout, so you get a score of reps. But then if you do finish, then your score is the time. I have no way of predicting what I'm going to do. Probably won't finish. It's probably going to suck really bad. It looked like everybody was really enjoying their suffering today, which I always appreciate. Like I said before, the mood was great. I'm feeling very matter of fact. I don't know if that makes sense to everybody. I feel like that it's harder for me to like process humor or like joking goofiness around. I can participate in it, but it's like I have to like say, "Oh, everybody's joking around right now. I should participate in that," and then kind of click into that. It doesn't just come as natural yet or whatever. Um, I take things very literally. Like somebody might try to say some satirical statement or some sort of joke, and I'll answer it as if it was just they were being completely literal. And then they'll be like, "Dude, I was joking," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, now I understand that. That's tough. I hope I can." My goal is to bring out more comedy, more jokes, more lighthearted kind of, whatever. But that's probably gonna take a while, I guess. I don't know. Definitely marijuana helps me with that tremendously. So I still have absolutely no plan of like picking that back up where I left off, after this challenge goes. So that's cool, but I'm definitely not gonna like abstain for the next decade either. Or well, I do plan on not drinking for a decade, but the weed's definitely gonna be around. Can't wait for it to be legal, so that other people are enjoying it too, and I can have that conversation more openly with people. In general, I hope this whole like honesty thing really keeps picking up in society. I know all these movements, all these different social movements are all kind of bringing out all this gross underbelly statistics of human nature, and I like it. I hope that we can all just end up being really honest about everything with each other. sleep portion. I'm gonna get some good sleep again tonight. We've got a really open morning, so I mean, as long as the kids are not like melting down too hard, I'll be able to just sleep until I can't anymore. So that's great. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one because if I rewatch it and I'm not making any sense, then I might. If the whole first part's just like not as coherent as I might hope, then I might have to come back and redo a video again. I don't know, but part of me just wants to like not even rewatch it and just post it and then watch it from my channel or whatever and just be happy with this as a practice rep. You know, like let's say that each one of these episodes is just me like practicing my skill. You know, there's no reason why, even if it's one's poorly done, that I shouldn't just put it out there. You know, because that would be inauthentic. And this whole thing is about trying to bring out honesty, authenticity, and not and me being humble. I just want to not have to portray this perfect image. I want to just be a human being and allow people to see me in many different angles, and then still show confidence and still show success and happiness, and show that that can all be part of one package. Um, and humility, but then also dominance as well. Like, just because I'm willing to play the fool doesn't mean I'm not a master. It just means that I don't need you to realize that. It's funny because when people take you less seriously, they give you more information. Isn't that funny? They think you're less of a threat, then they're more willing to put themselves in a vulnerable situation. Whereas if I was trying to come off, it would be really counterproductive almost from my mindset to try to portray a more perfect lifestyle or more like perfect facade, because it puts people even more on defense. It puts people even less willing to like engage me. Whereas if I'm a fool or if I'm harmless, then I'm easy to interact with, or like there's less risk or less, I don't know what it is, but I don't know. It's interesting just in general. I don't know. It's like when you're secure with your identity, then you don't have to prove that to anybody else. You just know it, and then you move on, and then it's mysterious almost to people. I've been getting some really interesting body language over the last like year or so. I don't know if it's, I don't want to go too much into that. It's a whole nother ramble. I could probably just keep going. So I'll stop here. I've made this comment at least once before, but I just can't imagine anybody listening all the way through one of these, considering how like choppy and unscripted it is. One of these days, I might actually write a script, like a teleprompter script, and stick to it, and be all presidential and shit. That's a skill too. That's a skill too. I need that as well. So I'll get back to editing some videos and doing some cool stuff and doing a little bit more pre-planning at some point. I'm not even halfway through this bad boy, so we got plenty of time. But all right, I'm gonna sign off for tonight. So hope everybody's well again, and